Hey there guys, so Anthony Joshua has released a video on his YouTube channel detailing what he will be changing in the build up to the fight with Andy Ruiz Jr. Some things he will be keeping the same as well, obviously with his trainer Rob McCracken. He will be adding a few things to the fold as well. We don't know as of yet what that will be, but he said he will be on the right regimen in order to beat Andy Ruiz Jr. He has labelled the loss a little bump in the road and he will try and regain his titles on December 7th. Now Anthony Joshua has been making some adjustments we have seen, like being a little bit lighter. We've seen he's looked a bit slimmer, so he will be looking to be a lot faster when he goes in with Andy Ruiz Jr. again, because the speed of Andy Ruiz Jr. caused a lot of problems for Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua hopes to be on par when it comes to speed. Now Andy Ruiz Jr. is the faster fighter, but Anthony Joshua ultimately will have the faster feet, and probably I'd say pound for pound Anthony Joshua probably hits harder than Andy Ruiz Jr., which obviously you can say no he doesn't, because Andy Ruiz Jr. knocked Anthony Joshua down 4 times, Joshua knocked him down once. But it's not just about that, it's about the punch and where it lands, and that punch landed in the sweet spot and Anthony Joshua just couldn't recover from that punch. But in the second fight, if that punch does not land, then Anthony Joshua has a great chance of beating Andy Ruiz Jr. He just has to box him long, keep him at range, and go for the so-called boring style. I mean, it's not necessarily a boring fight if Anthony Joshua keeps him on the end of the jab. He's done that before against Joseph Parker. Now, Joseph Parker, as I have said before in previous videos, he's not as good on the inside as Andy Ruiz Jr. Andy Ruiz Jr. can't really fight at mid-range, not at long range definitely because he has 2 shorter arms, but on the inside, that is where he can fight well. Joseph Parker struggled with Andy Ruiz Jr. in the first 3 rounds. He lost those 3 rounds quite comfortably, but once he learned that he needed to move and use his feet against Andy Ruiz Jr., that is when Joseph Parker started to pick up rounds against Andy Ruiz Jr. He knew he needed to adjust his feet when he threw and come around to the side instead of allowing Andy Ruiz Jr. to fight on the inside, because that was Andy Ruiz Jr.'s game, whereas Joseph Parker was a superior boxer to Andy Ruiz Jr. So once he started applying that, that is when Andy Ruiz Jr. could not deal with Joseph Parker and started to lose the rounds going down the stretch, and that is what Anthony Joshua must do. His main focus needs to be win the rounds, not necessarily try and hurt or knock out Andy Ruiz Jr., win the rounds, and then maybe that big punch will come. Maybe he can hurt Andy Ruiz Jr., although he must make sure that Andy Ruiz Jr. is, so-called as he has put it, cooked and ready to go, and then he can go for the finish. But until Andy Ruiz Jr. is fully gone, he cannot go in for the finish. It's going to be hard because Andy Ruiz Jr. has been down once in his career, and that was against Anthony Joshua. Jumped straight back up and wanted to hurt Anthony Joshua. He went straight for him. Instead of backing up, he went forward. And that is something Anthony Joshua has never experienced before. So when you're in there with a fighter of that tenacity, what do? Do you know when they're really hurt? Because no matter what happens and no matter how bad he is hurt, he's just going to come forward anyway and gamble. So Andy Ruiz Jr. will get on the inside if he can, and Anthony Joshua cannot allow that. Anthony Joshua maybe struggles with that inside game, but he can box at range and he can box at mid-range also, where he can shorten up his punches and still land clean. Whereas Andy Ruiz Jr. needs to get on the inside because he has those shorter arms and he can work those punches into the body and upstairs also. But in that instance, Anthony Joshua just needs to tie Andy Ruiz Jr. up, not necessarily get into a firefight with a fighter whose game is to fight on the inside. Anthony Joshua needs to make sure the fight is fought on his terms. If he does, he will be fine, I believe. And in his documentary, he seems like he is well on the road to having a game plan to beat Andy Ruiz Jr. Whether that means boxing him long, then that is what he will do. He's going to do what he needs to do to win. That is the message I believe we can take from that video. But guys, what are your thoughts on this? Go and check out the video. I will leave a link in the description below. Go and check it out and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also, make sure to click the thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.